Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay out there. I've missed you all so much. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. Ever since the eclipse season, my life has done a complete 180, as eclipse seasons tend to do. So I've been going through a lot of changes and just needed a lot of time to integrate those changes, but they've all been good, and it's all really exciting, and I know it's all in preparation for my union and my mission. And I know that I'm not alone in that. I know a lot of you guys are going through a lot of really exciting shifts as well. So yeah, so I'm back here with another video, and there's a lot that I want to share with you guys. I've been given a lot of downloads over the last few months, and I want to share that little by little with you guys, because we're definitely in for a wild ride here. And this is really only the beginning. So I will definitely talk more about that in videos to come. But what I want to share with you guys before I get into the cards here is just some messages that I've been given, that I've been guided to share here, the here and now. And that is, when I was going through a lot of my shifts in the last few months, I was given the message from my guides to calm before the storm. And I was thinking to myself, how could this be the calm before the storm? Because I was going through, a lot of dramatic changes. It felt like I was sort of in the storm, so to speak. And coincidentally or not coincidentally, just a short time later was when President Trump now infamously said those words right around his military personnel. And I think that he definitely touched on the pulse of what I feel is going on. I think my guides were alluding to that. I think, of course, he, has his meaning behind those words are slightly different than what my guides were alluding to. But just all in all, this is kind of what we're heading towards. This is what we're being prepared for. We're here to do big things as Twin Flames. So really just the message here is to just get ready, because of course this whole thing is way bigger than Twin Flame Union. And if you're a true Twin Flame, then you understand that. But that's kind of where we're at right now. We're in crunch time to get ourselves, our spirit, our missions ready before we really embark on our grander mission with our Twin Flames. So we're entering 2018 very soon. This breaks down to an 11 year. If you take into account January 1st, 2018, this breaks down to an 11/11. And of course, I don't have to explain to you guys the significance of that. This is going to be a very powerful year for Twin Flames, for union, for our missions, for Gaia. So I feel that what that saying was alluding to was basically just gearing up for this very powerful year ahead, and a lot of changes that we've been guided to go through right now, including myself. It's all in preparation for that. The original 11/11 gateway on November 11th, you guys may have experienced a lot of fear purging that was coming up around that time. Again, a lot of just emotions that needed to be squeezed out of us before entering that gateway. It's a similar type of energy that's going on right now before we enter this second major 11/11 gateway of January 1st, 2018. So so the energy is just really kind of on fire right now, and we're being asked to release a lot of our fears, to clear a lot of past life issues, and to really just gear up for our missions. And with the last Scorpio new moon that we had, you guys may have, just last weekend, you guys may have felt a lot of that energy coming up, a lot of anxiety or fears, or just sort of a sense of kind of something brewing. that basically was just again, it was just another transit in preparation for what's to come. And Scorpio is it's a very powerful sign. It's a very strong-willed sign, but it's also a sign of mystery. So a lot of secrets may have been revealed to you at that time, or soon will be revealed to you. We're still in that Scorpio new moon energy until we enter the next new moon phase. So this is a really powerful time, guys. And Scorpio also rules intuition. So your intuition may have opened up or may soon be opening up more. You can definitely use this energy to your to the best of your to your benefit, rather. And it's also a very magnetic energy. So you can also use this energy to attract the things that you want. It's really a very exciting time. At the same time, with all this excitement going on, you may be feeling a little bit more drained. So the guidance there, of course, is to get adequate sleep, adequate nutrients, eating a well-balanced diet, and maybe taking some extra supplements if you feel guided to. And also what I want to say here, I think before I start the reading, is a lot of past life issues are coming up right now as well. Throughout the weekend, I think this weekend specifically is going to be strong for that, and maybe for some of you going into next week. So if you guys are experiencing some sort of like physical ailments or any kind of even just emotional discomfort or issues, try and sit with that and see if it's correlated to some kind of past life issue that needs to be cleared. I went through that myself, and I was shown very specifically what a physical ailment that I've been dealing with, what it's been tied to. And really half the battle is just recognizing it and then going into meditation and, asking your guides for help in clearing it. So I was able to clear it for myself, and these things are really important. I mean, I was shown that they have to be cleared in order to come into union. You're not going to be able to clear every single past life issue before you enter union, but there are some major ones that you will be guided to clear along your journey. If you guys need any help with that, you can email me, because I'm currently apprenticing right now with my guide team on how to clear such things and how to do various healings. So I'm going to be speaking more of that in the future, because I want to definitely soon offer that for you guys. So that's kind of part of what I've been going through the last few months, was just really working on that and learning about how to do that. And it's been really exciting, and it's been really helpful for my own journey to be able to clear such things. So I think that's all I want to say for now prior to the reading. There's some more messages I have, but I'll just work them into the reading here, because they do apply to the cards that came up. So the first row of cards here, the top row rather, is for the Divine Masculine. The bottom row is for the Divine Feminine. The card here on the left, the Devil card, is the crowning energy of the reading, the collective energies. As always, I speak on energy, not of gender or sex. So, and of course, just take whatever applies to you, whatever resonates with you, and discard the rest. Now, I'm going to start here with the Devil card on the left, the crowning energy. This is Major Arcana card. It's, in each reading, as you guys probably may or may not know, the cards could kind of carry different weight depending on the energy that's coming through. This card carries a lot of energy in this reading, and as I've mentioned before, my cats are psychic, and as all cats are really, but they know when to come over and motion to certain cards when they carry a lot of weight, and they'll actually like point at them and step at them. And my cat did this exactly with this card, and I was feeling the same energy there. This is obviously you would look at this card and think that there's something nefarious going on here, but it's not all bad. I mean, these energies are coming up to be seen so that they can be transmuted and healed. That's what we're here for as twin flames. You can see this as something literal. You can see it as as a figure of speech, the devil inside of us, the energies inside of us coming up to be transmuted. And I definitely feel there's an energy of that going on. But it's kind of interesting because this kind of seems to be the theme worldwide of what's going on. I mean, we have a lot of exposure and whistleblowers, exposing satanic cults and ritual abuse that's going on within our figures of society. And this is, this is a real thing, guys. And I mean, we're in a spiritual battle here. We're in spiritual warfare here. There's no coincidence why twin flames are incarnated here now. We've been programmed to awaken now. We're battling things that are, that we can't even begin to comprehend or going on. And they're all being exposed. I mean, even just the whole Harvey Weinstein scandal, that type of thing. There's a lot of nefarious sexual energies that are coming to the surface. Different forms of sexual abuse, that type of thing. So everything is being elucidated right now as we are getting closer and closer to this 2018 portal, 1111 portal. And again, like I said, I think this it's also representing what is coming up to be cleared within ourselves. Deep-seated anger that we feel that maybe perhaps tied to a past life issue or something, or childhood trauma, that type of thing. Sexual traumas that we may have experienced, addictions, things like that. It's not. It's hard to look at some of these things and face them and deal with them head on. But it's really time right now to not continue to sweep those emotions and those fears under the rug, to really face those fears. And let's see, there's something else I wanted to say about this card too, but I think it will come back to me. Now I remember what I wanted to say. Recently, and I know that I've mentioned this before in some of my other videos, so in the dream state, in the astral state, it is, I don't know how common it is, but it does happen where you could have solicitation from what appears to be your twin flame in the astral, soliciting some sort of like sexual encounter. Sometimes that is not your twin flame. It appears to be your twin flame. It's actually a dark energy in disguise. So this again happened to me recently, and what I want to say to you guys is that they're getting better at disguising themselves and cloaking themselves, as it was actually pretty convincing this time around. So you want to be careful of that. And I know it sounds crazy for some of you who are new on this journey that this is the type of thing that this is what we're dealing with here. But I just want to assure you that this is a tactic that they're using, and they're kind of getting better at it. So as Gaia ascends, as we become stronger, they have to kind of make their counter move and become stronger as well, and get better at cloaking themselves. So you want to definitely protect your energy and call on Jesus Christ specifically. I feel that is really the most powerful way, if not the only way, to guard yourself against such evil. And just know that this type of thing is going on. And so let's get into the Divine Masculines cards here. First, on the top row, we have for him first the Moon card, and I feel that this is very much tied into the new moon energy that we are still pretty much in, like I said, the Scorpio new moon energy. But this card speaks a lot about illusions and deceptions and things coming to the surface, mystery coming to the surface. And like I said, that really kind of speaks to Scorpio energy. So you may have felt over the last weekend, I definitely felt it as well over the new moon, that the Divine Masculine, our counterparts, were going through a lot of purging. You may have felt like a lot of anxiety and purging coming up, and I think that we were doing a lot of purging for them. I think they're going through a really powerful period right now of that specific, of those fears coming through, the fear purging coming through. It's still going on through this week, I think through this weekend. So just keep in mind, some of it may be coming from them, it may be coming from yourself, and some mysteries as well and secrets may be revealed, maybe tied to a past life issue, a 3D issue that they're dealing with. I do also feel, and it's not cause for concern because, we're divinely protected, but I do definitely also feel there is something going on with the divine masculine right now as far as this devil energy, as far as a nefarious energy. And I say that because it's something that I experienced recently, like I said, with that astral attack with my posing as my divine masculine. But there's other indicators there as well that's alluding to that. So I do feel that there is some aspect of dark influence over the divine masculine at this time. So you may have even noticed that you're not feeling your divine masculine as strongly as you were in previous months. Over the last few weeks, you may have experienced that, like a pulling away or something like that. I've been shown that it's been tied to that. Again, it's nothing to be concerned about. I mean, there's a reason why we're divinely backed, why we have Archangel Michael and an enormous guide team and all of the angels and saints and Jesus Christ and everybody helping us through this. So it's not all in our power to combat these types of things. So as long as you keep your vibration high and you keep calling on your guides and saying your prayers and such, we'll be able to kind of sail through this. But I do feel that there's an element of this going on at this time, but it's going to be, we're kind of moving out of it, or soon we'll move out of it. The next card I have here for the divine masculine is the King of Coins, and I really like that this card appeared because it's the divine masculine really stepping into this really amazing proud place of power and prosperity, and feeling like he's sort of back on his throne, like that type of energy. And this card too is exciting to see, because I do notice in a lot of my private readings that, believe it or not, that finances seem to come into play a lot with the divine masculine in terms of him and how he views himself, or weighing out his self-worth, that type of thing. And I think that it's just something that's kind of ingrained at birth with masculine energy, to feel pressure to be the provider, and they have to put a bit down payment on a house and support a family and things like that, and it can be quite stressful on them. And I've seen in many of my readings that's actually a limiting factor in returning to their divine feminine, is worrying about how they're going to be able to support this this family, this new life with their beloved. So the fact that this card is now appearing is a very nice sign that the divine masculine has sorted through those issues, worked those issues out, and is coming into a place of financial prosperity. And Coins, of course, is also the Pentacles and other tarot decks. I just wanted to point that out. But also Scorpio energy, like I said, we just came out of the new moon. Also, is also the sign of financial wealth, and coming into a period of manifesting wealth. So I think that they were kind of able to utilize some of that energy to do just that. And I think that they also had our support in that. I'm just going to jump to the divine feminine cards for a moment. The fourth card over, the Ace of Coins. So this fourth position, I was guided to pull these cards as a message from our higher selves for what we want the divine masculine to know, or specific messages for them. So I have the Ace of Coins as our message for them, and this is definitely a message of prosperity, going into a period of new opportunities, financial opportunities, a raise at your job, a new job, basically entering a period of abundance. And I feel that our higher selves very much played a part in this King of Coins card. This Ace of Coins and the position it's in directly supports that. So so in a lot of ways I feel that we had probably mostly unknowingly had very much a part in helping the Divine Masculine clear those specific issues in order to come back into union. And that message is also supported because the next card we have here with the Divine Masculine is the Ten of Cups card. So this card is all about emotional security, love for his divine feminine, feeling and it's so important to mention this because what I'm feeling in this card is it's that love for oneself in order to be able to reciprocate to his counterpart. And I feel that the Divine Masculine has certainly entered that place of self-acceptance and self-love, and is now able to really provide for his divine feminine in all arenas, emotionally, financially. This indicates a happy home, a happy, healthy family, children, abundance, true love, divine love. It is a very, very, very powerful message, and I feel just very empathically and intuitively just the love pouring out from this card. I mean, my heart is even beating faster as I'm speaking about this. So I do feel very much the divine feminine, the divine masculine rather, his outpouring of love, that heart flutter, so to speak, for his counterpart. And this feels very much in the here and now. It doesn't feel like way off in the future, oh, I want this for my beloved, that type of thing. I feel like the divine masculine very much wants to express these feelings of love now, wants to figure out how to make this union work in the present. I'm not saying tomorrow or the next day, but I feel that he's kind of planning out his move on how to on what his next move should be and how to go about it and that type of thing. And what I want to interject here too, guys, is I was given a message recently from my twin flame, and I'm guided to share it because I was shown that it does apply to the collective of what's going on right now with the divine masculine. So long story short, basically my twin was expressing that for himself and really as the divine masculine as a whole, they're going through a period right now where they are really just so enamored with their counterpart, and they've come to this place of full realization of love and heart chakra awakening that they really can't get us out of their minds. They can't stop thinking about us. Not that they're doing it on a conscious level, but it's like they can't go 5 minutes without thinking about their beloved. We're just constantly just running through their thoughts, and it's almost sort of perplexing to them why, like, what's going on, but yet at the same time they're trusting it. So just know that we are very, very, very much on their minds, and just we're constantly in their thoughts and in their hearts, regardless of what things look like in the 3D, and regardless of how much longer this all takes to unfold and to translate into a 3D union. Because the next message there is the Temperance card, and again, this is in the position of messages from the Divine Masculine, what he wants the Divine Feminine to know, and this is a message of patience, of just being patient, being calm, being serene, being present in the present moment, and just knowing that things will unfold according to divine will. You can see there's angel wings on this woman in this card, and there's what looks like a pope or some sort of divine messenger up in the clouds up to the right. So it's this message that divine masculine is kind of getting in his ear of just remaining to have faith and knowing that he will know when it's go time, when it's time to act on this and to open up the lines of communication again. And, as we all know by now, these unions, yes, a lot of it is about our work and our clearing, but a lot of it is also just really comes down to divine timing. Hence when we met our twins, think about when you first met your twin. I mean, it was so divinely, insanely timed. I mean, think about it. So it's the same thing with our reunion process. And I feel the divine masculine knows that, like on a conscious level, that it's just a matter of universal timing, and he'll know when to act. So that's a good reminder for us here, and this is specifically what their higher selves want us to know right now. This message of temperance. Just continue to be patient. And I know for some of you that's the last thing you want to hear, because you've been patient for many long months or years, or however long it's been. But like I said, we're here to do big things, so everything is needs to happen when it's divinely ordained. And the divine feminine here, let's skip over to their cards. What I want to speak on first here is this Two of Swords card, the third card, and it's happens to be positioned right below the Ten of Cups card. And I feel that this is really telling, because I feel the divine feminine is, at least for some of you listening, it may not be for all of you guys listening out there, but some of the divine feminine is still in this place of isolation and feeling somewhat alone in this, still feeling a little bit stuck in fears and indecision, and some of you are feeling like you just kind of want to, you don't want to give up on your twin flame necessarily, but you're feeling some of you are at this crossroads. You see these two swords of, do I go this way or this way? And, it's normal to want to feel this way sometimes on this journey, but the divine masculine, what I want to, really assure you guys, is in this place right now. Look above you, is in this place of just pure divine love and essence. And I think that really the way of coming out of these fears and this isolation that some of you feel trapped in is to reconnect with your true self, with your inherent gifts. And for some of you, that could be something creative. I think the answer, really, the way out of this, the answer is in these first two cards in this row, which is the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. And Wands specifically speak about change. These two cards specifically speak about a lot of passionate energy. This Knight of Wands alludes to like a strong romantic energy, is a sexual energy, and sexual energy is creative energy. So you can use that very powerful divine feminine sexual energy that you have as a creative outlet. The Ace of Wands specifically speaks of creation, using your creative gifts and embarking on such things. It could be a writing project, music, artwork, whatever it is that speaks to you. I feel that we're really strongly guided to connect with that. Again, I feel like some of us may have sort of like lost that. And I think the message there is we have this incredible opportunity in this Ace of Wands to really kind of do whatever it is that we want, or even just starting over, moving, getting a new job, something like that, and to be almost like a little bit impulsive about it. The Knight of Wands speaks about just kind of going out and getting it, seizing what it is that you want in your life, and and just kind of almost like acting before thinking almost, and just kind of seizing this energy, seizing this bull by the horns, and getting what it is that you desire. And I feel that it's going to break a lot of you out of this Two of Swords energy, where you feel a little bit stuck. That's kind of the word I'm looking for, is just some of you are just still feeling a little bit stuck. Look at these two cards too, this Ace of Wands and this Two of Swords. It looks like what I'm getting from this is like this Two of Swords, this represents the divine feminine and like the 3D aspect of herself. This Ace of Wands represents her higher self, her higher angelic self. Look at the angel wings on her. And it may be kind of hard to tell here in the picture, but there eyes are completely lining up. They're looking at each other. I mean, it looks like they are directly looking at each other, like a mirror, looking into each other's eyes. It's almost like our higher selves are communicating with us now pretty strongly, kind of whispering over to us, giving us support and these divine messages, and just kind of saying, like, look, come over here, step into your true self, like, you have all these opportunities that are there awaiting you. Like, it's okay. Like, just step into it. And yeah, so I think that's the message there, is to really connect with your higher selves pretty strongly right now. See what messages are there for you, because it seems to be almost like this whispering going on between the two of them, and this reassurance and this divine guidance. It's kind of neat. So I already spoke on the Ace of Coins here and what that means, our message from our higher self to our divine counterparts. So I'm going to move over to the last two cards, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. This is kind of interesting, and I love that I'm ending this reading with these two cards, because as I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, and as my clients know and have heard me say many times, my guides, for whatever the reason, like to show me these cards a lot in these in these twin flame divine counterpart readings, to represent the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And that's a whole other story of why I think that is, and I eventually want to do like a full-on meditation and video on that, because it's kind of uncanny how often these cards come up to represent just that. And it's also kind of funny, because I would expect maybe, I don't know, the Queen of Wands or King of Wands, and maybe or the Empress or whomever, to come up to represent the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So it's a whole other story why I think these cards are given to me by my guides to represent them instead. But what I love about this is that when I got to this position, I was going to pull two cards from an oracle deck, and my guidance, my strong guidance, was to pull the last two cards from the top of this tarot deck instead. These are the two cards that I got in these exact positions, and this is just perfect for so many reasons. What I want to say here about this is that I don't think, unless if I'm mistaken, and in all the readings that I posted so far, that I have had both of these cards appear in the same reading and appear, or at least appear in the same position. So I think that this is really, really quite telling in so many ways, and the energy is just, I'm going to try and express in words what I feel is going on, because it's really, really, really quite powerful, and I hope that you guys can sense what I'm saying and are feeling the same thing. The divine masculine and the divine feminine are so close. I mean, we are basically in this space, I feel, of true balance. And I hate to use the word race, like we've been in a race, because it is not a race, but it's almost like, we're kind of moving side by side. We haven't really been parallel. In some ways the divine feminine has been ahead, or the divine masculine has been ahead, and there's purging over here, purging over there. And I feel like we're at this place of complete equilibrium and just equality of where we're at in these journeys. And we still have some ways to go. But it just seems like we're just almost there, like we're so close. And there's this true balance here in these last two cards. The divine masculine on his throne, the divine feminine on her throne. We got our sword in hand. We're just sort of like ready for battle, and it kind of goes back to what I said before about that channeling, the calm before the storm type of thing. And, like I said, I mean, we're here for spiritual battle. I mean, let's be honest here, guys. It kind of seems like we're almost like ready to like throw down, and in a lot of ways our higher selves are already doing that. Our higher selves are in all types of battles that some of us are not even really aware of. So we're at this amazing culmination point of victory, of internal victory, just in our own personal journeys, and that we're really about to embark on something really big. And yeah, we've come a long way, and again, there's just this amazing sense of balance between the two. And also, what I want to point out is these two butterflies in the cards. You can see it in the Queen of Swords card pretty clearly, and then you can see it a bit on the throne of the King of Swords card. So this just represents that we're in this time of great transformation. A lot of us, I mean, we've already been transforming, of course, but we're sort of ready to kind of use the cheesy analogy of like spread our wings and fly, so to speak. But that's really what is happening here. We're just transformed. We just feel ready. We feel ready to just kind of like throw down and fight for what's ours, fight for Gaia, fight for fight for the divine. And what these messages speak of too is just a very powerful, strong intellect and strong mental body, as well as a strong emotional body, the balance of the two. And there's just a sense of just powerful authority that's there, and really just it's just a nice balance of energies of mental power, emotional power, divine power, that type of thing, which again very much speaks to the Scorpio energy that we're still kind of in with the new moon, the recent new moon energy. So I think that's all I want to say there, guys, for these messages right now in this reading. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you guys can post them below. I love reading your comments and questions. And I'm available for private sessions, so please drop me a line if you're interested in that. I would really love to connect with all of you. I enjoy working with all of you so much. Your energy is just so amazing and divine, and it's really a pleasure and an honor working with you guys. So love and light to everybody. I love you guys. I will upload again soon, I promise. And take care, everyone. Stay blessed.